Hey everybody, welcome to another video. We're back out here at the property today. I got the whole family. It's been 2 weeks since I planted. This area I'm standing in now is that last spot I planted when I had that leftover seed that I just sprayed. It was like all that tall grass. I basically spread the seed or broadcasted the seed, sprayed the whole thing, and then drove over it to try to pack down all the grass and stuff. As you can see, we got a pretty good kill with the chemical. This stuff that's green, I think the plants are still dying. I mean, like I said, it's been 2 weeks. This grass over here died, totally browned up. And what's kind of cool is when you look down here, you can see the green that's popping through. I know these right here are stuff that I planted, all these. Usually these little like heart-shaped lobe things are brassicas. And as you look through here, there's like a bunch of little ones popping up all over. So that's pretty exciting. Once they poke through all this stuff that's laying on the surface, they'll really start to go. And the beauty of this is that the moisture gets held in the soil a lot more because of all this ground cover, so it doesn't just burn off in the sun. And we have like some really nice mild weather for the next few weeks, like 70s and a few rain chances. We got some rain this morning. So, oh, that's something I was gonna say. Since I planted, right after we planted, we got 1 inch of rain, so that was perfect. And then a week later, we got another inch, or just over out here. And then it's been a week since then, and we got rain this morning, so it's been perfect. So I'm curious to see, this is the first plot I've checked. I'm curious to see how the one that was bare dirt is, just because that moisture will obviously dry off a lot quicker. But this whole method of broadcasting and doing this works perfect when you get the rain, which we did. So it's looking good. I'm not sure how thick it'll end up being, just because you probably get less seeds that make it down to the soil just because of all the vegetation and stuff. But it's just kind of cool to see, like, you kind of see like the little area I was talking about, like 1/8 of an acre maybe. And then it's like 25 yards in front of that blind. Actually, my daughter's been shooting the crossbow, and now she's wanting to maybe go hunting, so we'll see if that happens or not. But so I got my friend who's coming out, and he has a crossbow, and then potentially my daughter. So a blind like this would be really fun if you had a little food plot out here 25 yards in front of it, because they're already coming out to this field. So if you just get them to stop here for a minute, could be perfect. So we're gonna go check the other plots and see how those are doing. All right, let's see if anything's growing. I see a bunch of grass growing, which is annoying. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff growing. This is why I wanted to spray it that 1 week, but we hadn't had any rain, so nothing was growing. So this is all grass seed that when you till it up, it's just popping up. But all these other little things you see are my food plot seed. It should be able to, like all these, remember I was telling you about the heart shape? So there's still a lot growing in here. You can tell it was a heavier rain because in like some of these valleys, all the seed is. See how in all the channels is where the seed all is? That's how you can tell it was a heavy rain. So there's a lot of food plot seed growing here. There's just also a lot of grass. So I'm gonna be out here next weekend too. Basically the goal today, there's quite a bit of blind repairs we need to do, and there's like mice in a bunch of them. And I wanna make the doors so that the mice can't get in, because when I built it, I planned on like adding weather stripping and stuff like that, never got to it. So the mice can just walk right in. So I wanna change that. And then last year I had one of the rungs on one of the wooden ladders fall out from under me while I was climbing down. So this year I want to put blocking under each one. So the plan today is take measurements. There's a couple of windows too that have warped on the blinds from the rain. So today I'll get measurements on some of that stuff, bring it back with me, and then get some stuff pre-cut, pre-painted, and then bring it back out here next week. So what I was going to mention was this exclusion cage that I told you guys about. Once I can see, like, I mean I already kind of can see like where there's a patch of something growing, then I'll put that there, and then it'll kind of show you, wow, the deer are eating all this other stuff and keeping it from growing. But that being said, there's also a good chance I put my electric fence that I've done before around this. I have like this electric tape fence that goes around this, so that way it keeps the deer out of it, and then like a few weeks before the season I open it up, because that way it gives this stuff time to grow without being just eaten before it can even grow. So yeah, that's the plan today. We're just gonna do some work on the blinds and get some measurements and take some of the windows off and bring them back with us, and then make a game plan for how I'm gonna repair the blinds and all that kind of thing. And then it was just check food plot. Gotta put up a solar camera, or a solar panel for one of my cameras. The camera already died in like a few weeks, so it needs a solar panel. in the trailer.
Are you gonna go get it?
Yeah.
You hold the... Daddy, why do you want to try it? Daddy, is there a berry?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Are you gonna cut trees down?
Not whole trees, just branches.
Like little branches?
Yep. Okay, here's my new saw. I got a DeWalt one because I have all DeWalt tools and a bunch of batteries and stuff. It's not the best design in the world. I wish the blade was straight as a chain and not angled like this because it's kind of annoying. But see how it goes. Basically using it like a hedge trimmer. A long way to go to get this where you can see. Okay, chain came off, so hopefully that's the last time that happens, but I doubt it, the way these things go. I'll try to get that one up in there. I really hate autumn olive. I need to actually do it out of that blind and reach out and cut that tree. But I don't know if that accomplished anything. I brought a bug bomb with me, so I think what I'm gonna do is go bug bomb that blind in case there's any bees. Trying to think if there's anything else that I want to cut. Well, I got this food plot's looking good over here. Must be where the water settles.
I think got caught in the lemon. Oh, he caught a fly. Hi,
What's
Greg.
flying around? Are those bees? Everybody run! Okay, so what I'm doing in here in these windows, I put these on upside down. So what happens is it rattles, and then it goes like that, and then it rattles to the point that both of these were open. Which somehow I think them being open makes the mice not want to be in here, because this one has never had any mice, and there's always windows open. So I'm just flipping this upside down, and then it can't just fall.
I need to show you. Can't see, Daddy.
Alright, one window to go. I don't know if you guys can see this spot, but it's right in the corner of one of the fields, an inside corner. Most of these gun blinds are just for late season doe hunting. It's pretty rare that we hunt here during bow season. There's a few people that use crossbows, but these really don't get used much until late doe season for the firearm. And this blind is closer to the road, so we really don't hunt it that often. This cornfield is across the road from the dairy, so it's always cut for silage. So it's actually gone every year by the time the season even starts. So it's never like a standing cornfield during the season. The only time we ever have a little bit of food is when it's soybeans, and last year it was soybeans, and October 4th they already had it out. And our season opener is October 1st, so we pretty much always have an empty field. That's why I need to step up my food plot game and plant some more food. He's trimming some shooting lanes for me. Oh yeah, almost there. Let's see how it works. Looky there. So this blind is built out of all like 2x4s that are just ripped in half. And then on the corner, some of the areas there's full 2x4s, but wow, look at the size of that moth. I didn't even see it. The new blind I built last year is way better, but it also took a lot longer to build. These were pretty rudimentary. But they get the job done. I just wish we would have made every single one of them a two-person blind instead of two of the one-seater. Like I said, if you had you could have a kid in here next to you. It would be tight for them to shoot, like, you pretty much have to pick which way they're gonna shoot. So these boards, like I was saying about the other one, they want to warp like this out when they get wet. But when these are latched, they can't really warp. Next week when I come and do some more work here, I should bring a drill bit and drill some of these a little differently. But it's tight. I guess that one's loose because the grain goes this way. Yeah, so that new blind that we made, it's all ropes and like dock anchors, so it's just all silent. It's awesome. But it took us like, I don't even know, 3 weeks to build. So these ones, we probably built 3 of them in a week. It's looking good. This is, yeah, batch right here. I got the best wife ever. She's always out here helping me. Literally our main food plot, she helped me clear when we were dating. I guess we were engaged, so she was already stuck at that point. Going through the thorns just to clear some shoot lanes for me. This is as high as you can get, it'll be fine. Nope, higher. You're almost there. Oh yeah, great job. Okay. So the battery life is not too bad on this. The chain just came off like 3 times already. So that's super annoying. Whew, I don't know if I've mentioned this at all, but it's August 23rd and opening day is October 1st. So a little over a month. Okay, I'm not sure if this will be the end of the video or not. It probably will be, but we got a few things done. It wasn't like anything that crazy today, but it was just kind of, I wanted to check over the blinds and see like what needed to be fixed to get them in tip-top shape. The main thing is adding blocking underneath of all the rungs of the ladder, because I don't want to have another fall like last year. And we just screwed it into the end grain to begin with, so it's like after a few years that wore down, and then obviously that broke free. So if we just put blocking underneath of it, I think that'll solve the problem. And then next week we'll be doing all that blocking and then fixing the windows and then some of the blind doors. And then that tree stand that I showed you was like, the tree was like leaning on it. We're gonna bring the chainsaw out and the toe straps and then see if we can, with the quad, yank that down safely. Otherwise we might have to do a little bit of cutting. I mean, we're only gonna do what feels safe. We're not gonna push it or anything, but anyways guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.